Today we're looking at Reanimator cards, but only in white. And so today we're going to be looking at Angel of Glory's Rise. Now, the whole point of this show is, black is considered the Reanimator color of Magic the Gathering. Turns out, actually, white reanimates maybe just as much, weirdly enough. Things come back from, I don't know if people are like coming back from the dead or they're just like coming back from arrest, but they're getting back into the game. Anyway, Angel of Glory's Rise, a 7-mana 4/6 angel flying. When Angel of Glory's Rise enters the battlefield, exile all zombies. Then return all human creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Just a side note about this card, I thought it was like one of the coolest standard decks when it was in standard. It was like this really glass cannon Reanimator deck. Unfortunately for me, when I actually started playing with it, it was unfortunately beaten out by an even better Reanimator deck that had sort of like a mid-range plan attached to it. So this was just two glass cannon, but it was really fun at the time. Okay, next up, let's take a look at, we got Indiana Jones with the Miraculous. It's a miracle. Miraculous Recovery. It's a 5-mana instant speed reanimation. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. That seems insane. 5-mana instant speed, return something back from the graveyard. And also, it's not even your graveyard. Return target creature card. Oh, sorry, it is your graveyard. It's your graveyard, but you put a +1/+1 counter on it. I didn't know instant speed reanimation was a thing. I thought it had to be all at sorcery speed. We've got super chats. One from 7 Cats in a Suit. I'm too white to endorse anything white, John. Freebies for a chat. Freebies for later. Freebies right now. Okay, we're gonna give one freebie to, we'll give one to Bolt. Abuelo's Awakening. What is the Awakening? Abuelo's Awakening. We have a 4-mana X sorcery. Return target artifact or non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with X additional +1/+1 counters on it. It's a 1/1 spirit creature with flying in addition to its other types. It sounds like we are like basically we're not even reanimating. We are animating a random pile of junk from the junkyard. And we're going to name it Bobby. All right, Bobby, I give you life. Didn't you say creatures? Well, this thing, okay, if it turns into a creature, I'm going to accept it. All right, this thing is a creature in the end. So if you can reanimate an artifact or enchantment and also turn it into a creature, I will accept that. So like even, no, replenish wouldn't count. But something to that degree. Something that feels like a reanimator. You reanimated something, all right? We reanimate things that turn, like a creature ends up being on the battlefield. So this question has been asked a few times. Stormy Cat asked, does Emeria the Sky Ruin count? I will count mono white identity cards. Emeria the Sky Ruin. I think Unburial Rights was asked about, but that's like, it's way harder in the on the black card side. Emeria the Sky Ruin is a land. Land enters tapped. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 7 or more planes, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Also, tap to add a white. All right, there's a second half to this super chat. We got to donate. Let's give it to Aurora, the Immortal Obligation. They're obligated to be immortal. This is a 2-mana instant. Return target creature card from an opponent's graveyard to the battlefield under their control with a duty counter on it. For as long as that creature has a duty counter, it is goated. Can't attack you or a permanent you control, and can't block creatures you control. Basically works for us. They knew it. Well, I mean, look. The least we could do is if we brought them back to life, the least they could do is like give us an easy time, all right? The least that they could do. We got Eld Ramen with tuna. Yeah, a duty counter. Well, I mean, you might be full of crap if you came back to life. We have a tune-up as a 4-mana sorcery. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's a vehicle, it becomes an artifact creature. All right, that's the. I'll count these. Okay, if he turns into a creature, it's all good with me. I don't know why it's becoming a creature. What's up with that? I mean, it's magic, I suppose. It's all magic. It doesn't have to make sense because at the end of the day, magic. Corvinik with Pulse Mage Advocate. Pulse Mage Advocate is a 3-mana 1/3 cleric. Tap, return 3 target cards in an opponent's graveyard to their hand to return target creature card from your graveyard to play. What a nice deal. Back then, there weren't any fetch lands. But if there were, that would be probably the best 3 cards to give them. Let them flood out or choke on their fetch lands. Next up, we've got Steve Cooper with Second Sunrise. Does not... Oh, it does bring creatures. Okay, we have a 3-mana instant. Each player returns to play all artifact, creature, enchantment, and land cards that were put into their graveyard from play this turn. Also, a side note, this card is so powerful, that it's banned. It's banned in Modern. It's actually banned in Modern for wasting time. Too much time. It's like one of the longest combo decks of all time. If people mentioned actual resurrection with the original art. There's an original art. How far is... Oh, this is OG. Oh, this card. This card. What is going on here? Oh, it's corrupt priest here. It's a 4-mana sorcery. Okay, the Oracle text is return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. What's the OG? So what's the ancient scripture? Take a creature from your graveyard and put it directly into play. You can't tap it until your next turn. All right, thanks for the reminder. Benjamin Berkey just says the quiet part out loud. Something happening over there. There's one hand we can't see. Okay, next up, we've got Felicia, Smile at Death. This goes to show, like, white is actually a pretty hardcore Reanimator color. Smile at Death is a 5-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. Wow! Reanimation every single every single upkeep. It's a lot of reanimation. Can't keep any of my creatures down. Oh, this is a new card. Well, relatively new in the grand scheme of things. Benjamin Berkey with the Death or Glory. Oh, God. How do I do this? Just put Death Glory. There we go. That helps. It's Urza, and he's pissed. It is a 5-mana sorcery. Separate all creature cards in your graveyard into 2 face-up piles. Remove the pile of an opponent's choice from the game and return the other to play. Huh? We're separating all the creatures in your graveyard. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's like fact or fiction for Reanimator. Basically, weird Reanimator fact or fiction. We got for Ginka, Chrono Savant. Chrono Savant. If self-reanimation counts. Of course! Of course. Oh, you mean returning itself? It is a 6-mana 5/5, and for 2 mana, return Chrono Savant from your graveyard to play it tapped. Absolutely. And then skip your next turn. That's not what I wanted. That's not part of the deal. Oh, maybe we can I return this to somebody else's board and to play tap? I don't know, that sounds tricky. Tricky but possible. If it's possible. Mercenary with Breath of Life. Breath of Life is a 4-mana sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Simple and effective. It's actually a power creep version of what's it called? We just did it. It's a strictly better version of Resurrection. This is double white and 2 generic. This is 1 white, 3 generic. They were power creeping it since Portal. Power creep since Portal, people. People say the power creep started now. No, the power creep started a long time ago. Hexanort with do-it-yourself golem? Huh? No card yet. What is DI? Is this part of the card? DIY Golem? What the hell is this? can't even read it. Okay, hold on. Let's is this exclusive to Japan or something? So it's do-it-yourself golem, 7 mana, a lesson as a sorcery. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It also has paradigm. What the hell any of this is, I have no idea. But it can bring a creature back, so it's going to count. That's all that matters on today's show. Next, we've got Beefy Taco, Celestial Gatekeeper. Wow, gatekeeping. Back in 2003. 5 mana 2/2 bird cleric. Flying. When Celestial Gatekeeper is put into a graveyard from play, remove it from the game. Then return up to 2 target bird and or cleric cards from your graveyard to play. When it's put into a graveyard from play, move it from the game. Oh, I see. So it died to bring a bunch of other birds back to life, or the clerics. Islarf. Savine's what's it called? Savine's Reclamation? I swear that was like part of a standard combo deck. Oh, Hexnor has some info on Paradigm. Paradigm is basically after you cast them, you can cast the card every upkeep once from then 1. You know, you didn't really help explain that, Hexnor. I'm more confused now. I was better off not knowing what that thing was in the first place. Okay, Savine's Reclamation is a 3 mana sorcery. Return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If the spell was cast from a graveyard, you may copy the spell, and you can choose a new target for the copy. It also has flashback for 5 mana, so you can play that thing from the graveyard. Yeah, exactly. Me when the when. Okay, Mappius. Bruna, the Fading Light. Bruna! Oh no, is this half of a big Eldrazi monstrosity? Oh, it is. Okay, we have a 7 mana 5/7. When you cast the spell, you may return target angel or human creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Flying and vigilance. That's not too bad. I like that. That's a nice 2-for-1. The only problem, well, I wouldn't call this a problem. Like, so there's so many great white Reanimator cards, but I guess you have to, like, combine it with blue in order to get the discarding. Because blue has quite a few, like, draw cards, discard, like, Careful Study and stuff like that. But that sounds like a neat deck. You know, I never really think about building a Reanimator deck in, like, white. I always think, you know, Reanimator decks are like blue-black, red-black, black something. Usually paired with red, because they got the looting effects, but it's not impossible in other parts of the color pie. Rin with one last job. One more jab. Okay, we have a 3 mana sorcery with Spree. +2. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's good. +1. Return target mount or vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Or +1, return target aura or equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to a creature you control. That one last job was scrounging through the graveyard. And I found some stuff. Esper can make very strong Reanimator. Absolutely. Fan Factor with Sun Titan. An amazing Reanimator card. 6 mana, 6/6 vigilance. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, you may return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Deal with it immediately, or else it will deal with you. We have Wick here. Wickhill says, power creep is not real. They made the powerful cards back in alpha and did reprint the Power 9. They've been, okay, from that perspective, they've been powering down the game for 35 years. Nondescript Cat loves the Sun Titan. Sun Titan's pretty good stuff. Oh, wait a minute. We've got none other our sponsor segment, FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards. Not to mention, there's a deal of the week every single week if you want Ultimate Guard accessories, whether it be sleeves, binders, deck boxes. Check no place other than FusionGamingOnline.com. Secrets of Strixhaven. Those secrets are coming out very fast. And if you're interested in casting some Ancestral Recalls or some super old Power 9 cards in, you know, new prepared form, maybe you want to pre-order them at FusionGamingOnline.com, and I'll give you some incentive. you got these coupon code Nikachu over here to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. Now we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Next. Okay, what do we got next? Old boy wants Onake Oathkeeper. It's a 2-mana 0/4 Ogre Spirit. Creatures can't attack planeswalkers you control unless their controller pays 1 for each creature they control that's attacking a planeswalker you control. So it's basically like a ghostly prison, but for planeswalkers. For 6 mana, exile Onake Oathkeeper from your graveyard. Return target planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Planeswalker card? Okay, technically this is disqualified. It's not a creature. Unless, I guess, you're... Okay. I guess you're reanimating Gideon. Each creature, return target planeswalker card. It can't reanimate creatures. Replenish will not count because replenish does not... Okay, look. It's got to bring back something that's going to turn into a creature. If you reanimate an artifact and it becomes a creature, I will count it. If you reanimate an artifact, I will not count it. Works for Kaito, kind. Yeah, I know Kaito, Gideon, some Elspeth. I think some Elspeths, or maybe not Elspeth. I can't remember. Okay, I'm disqualifying this card. You got to bring me. We're reanimating creatures. See, Sun Titan. It says a permanent card. There's a lot of creature permanent cards out there. Nondescript cat with Karmic Guide. So if it's a little vague with the card, like CMC, that's fair game. But it very specifically brings in a non-creature. It's not going to count. We got Karmic Guide is a 5-mana 2/2 Angel Spirit. Flying, protection from black. It also has Echo of 5 mana. Boo! When this creature enters, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Maybe we can even get Karmic Guides bouncing off our own Karmic Guides. We got Sunzi with Revelark. I think Revelark is very similar to the Karmic Guide, if I remember correctly. It's like very similar. 5 mana for a 4/3 flyer. When Revelark leaves the battlefield, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And also has Evoke for 6 mana. This is like the one time the Evoke is more expensive than the casting cost because you want the effect. You actually want this card to leave the battlefield, which is very funny. Whitekill says, why does it have to bring it back to the battlefield, or does returning card to hand from graveyard? Because the whole aspect of reanimation is cheating the card from the graveyard to play. If you brought it back to your hand, then you have to cast it the old-fashioned way. There's no cheating involved. We don't call that reanimation. A reanimator card reanimates. Even though, in some sense, a lot of these cards were never animated in the first place. They just went directly to the graveyard and then back onto the battlefield. Yeah, Revelark is reverse Karmic Guide. The inverted Karmic Guide. We got Prince of Winners. Elspeth conquers death. It's a saga for 5 mana. Chapter 1, exile target permanent and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Chapter 2, non-creature spells your opponent's cast cost 2 or 2 more to cast until your next turn. And Chapter 3, return target creature or a planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter or a loyalty counter on it. Why can't I put a loyalty counter on my creature? That's legal. It's perfectly legal to put a loyalty counter on a creature. I don't know about the +1/+1 on the planeswalker. Does Kenrith the Returned King? Does it actually bring something back? I'm gonna be a little loose. I'll count this thing. So I was looking more for mono white identity. This is a 5 mana 5/5, and it does have the ability for 5 mana. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under its owner's control. We got David Hauer with pre-war formal wear. What the hell does that mean? I guess that's what it is. Yeah, it's like before you get to a war, you're gonna put your formal clothes on. We're gonna dress nice before this war. So 3 mana equipment. When this equipment enters, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach this equipment to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. And also equipped for 3. Isn't it? It's actually an interesting card. It's like equipment ETB and then reanimate something directly onto it. Maybe one of the best equipment in the game. I think the most frustrating part of every equipment in Magic is the stupid equip for 3. It's too much mana. I think 2 mana is too much mana for an equipment. Like 1 mana is expensive. It's a Fallout card. That is correct. It is a Fallout card. Oh wait, this is the original. I like this one. It's a nice art. We got John with the Angelic Renewal. Oh, we have a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you can sacrifice Angelic Renewal. If you do, return that card back to the battlefield. We have insurance. How old is this? It came from Weatherlight. This is old. This is super old. How old? 1997. We're looking at something that is borderline almost 30 years old here. Is it almost? Yeah, almost 30. Makes me feel old. Christopher B. We're looking at Angelic Renewal as we speak. Okay, how about the Silent Sentinel? We'll get you Silent Sentinel. Silent Sentinel is a 7-mana 4/6 Archon flying. Whenever Silent Sentinel attacks, you may return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Disqualified. Needs to return a creature. Damn it, Christopher B. You're spamming the chat. You're spamming it with the illegal cards. Okay, Kano with Mist Moon Griffin. The graveyard order matters. That's okay. It's a 4-mana 2/2 Griffin flying. When Mist Moon Griffin dies, exile Mist Moon Griffin. Then return the top creature card of your graveyard to the battlefield. You never know when that graveyard order matters. I honestly don't know when I'm allowed to order my graveyard or not. Or maybe we're just... Did they errata, like, the rules? Because, like, I thought there's, like, a certain order things are supposed to go in the graveyard. But recently I'm playing a lot of pre-modern. And it specifically asked me, how do you want to order things in the graveyard? So I'm actually the person that gets to decide where things go. The Big Squig with the second sunrise. Did we do this one? Oh, I'm sorry, it's Big Squig. We did this one already. Vec, Amiria Shepherd. I get the impression that they reanimate a lot of stuff in Amiria. It's a 7-mana 4/4 Angel flying landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If that land is a plains, however, you may return that non-land permanent card to the battlefield instead. What? What? If it's a plains, I can return a non-land permanent card to the battlefield? This card is absolutely bonkers. This is absolutely nuts. Am I missing something here? This is Reanimator for anything at a land drop. It's 7 mana. 7 mana is like nothing these days. I mean, hell, people ramp out Eldrazi like it's nothing. I feel like 15 mana is like the new 4 mana in this game. Cost too much, might not get that much mana before you win or die. I think this thing is bonkers. Benjamin Berkey says replenish should count since it can bring back enchantment creatures. No, I'm not counting it. It's got to say so. I'm not bringing back. It has to specifically say it's going to bring back creatures because, of course, there's some planeswalkers that are creatures. There are some enchantments that are creatures. 7 mana is, yeah, exactly. 7 mana is turn 3. I feel like this is a very underrated card. Put a plains in play. Bring back the One Ring or some crap like that. Like, that is just, it's absolutely insane. It returns non-land stuff to hand and plains to field. So like fetch land, think of it this way: fetch land, bring something back to my hand, crack fetch land, put plains in play, get like the One Ring or get anything. It's not even something like I'm comparing this to Sun Titan, and Sun Titan looks like an absolute joke, like a complete joke compared to this card. Never heard of it either. Sun Titan's now overrated compared to the Emeria Shepherd. Canaria with Fate's Reward. Fetch into Plains is just bonkers. Fate's Reward is a 4-mana instant. Return to the battlefield all permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Doesn't even have to be basic Plains. Yeah, it could be a dual land. Just anything that is plain. It could be a tri-land. It could be a triome. I believe we've done Karmic Guide already. The big squig. Old boy's like, Sun Titan is a joke. You might be right there, old boy. Sort of an outdated card. This requires you to draw lands late game, which you don't want. No, now you want. You want as many lands as you can get. Lethian, Storm of Souls. You want to take all the lands you can get with that card. Storm of Souls is a 6-mana sorcery. Return all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Each of them is now a 1/1 spirit with flying, in addition to its other types. Exile the Storm of Souls. I feel like this is a scene in a movie somewhere. We got Voltland with the Meander's Guide. Meander's Guide is a 3-mana 3/2 Merfolk Scout. When this creature attacks, you may tap another untapped Merfolk you control. When you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I remember so many people are like, come on, this has to have a place in the Merfolk deck, right? I'm like, no, this card is awful. I need to attack with this card. I have to tap another untapped Merfolk that I'm not attacking with, and also something needs to be dead. Now, no, don't get me wrong, there's usually a lot of dead cards, but if I have creatures dead in the graveyard, very likely this thing's going to be dead quickly too. It's not going to survive 2 seconds. That was just mentioned. Oh, Christopher B is like 30 minutes behind is the problem. Christopher B with Moorland Rescuer. Now in 20 minutes, he's going to realize that he's been part of the show. 6 mana for a 4/4 Human Knight. When it dies, return any number of other creature cards with total power X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is Moorland Rescuer's power. Exile Moorland Rescuer. Old boy didn't get a card yet. Unbelievable. The Knight of the Doctor. Oh, the Knight of the Doctor is a 6-mana saga. Chapter 1, destroy all the creatures. Chapter 2, return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put your choice of a first strike, vigilance, or a lifelink counter on it. Why can't we just have all of them? Blink Somniac with Ray of Dawnbringer. Has to be in the show. Absolutely. We have for 9 mana, a 4/6 flyer. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Some people will say this 9 mana is too much mana. I don't think so at all. Next, let's get Sausage Dog, Sarah Paragon. This is a 4-mana 3/4 Angel with flying. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. If you do, it gains when this permanent is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Exile it, and you gain 2 life. This is a bit of a weird reanimation spell because we are not actually reanimating. We're actually just casting from the graveyard. I'll count it, though. It's the first card we literally have to, like, we got to put the work in to actually cast the card. It could even get countered. Next we've got the Brought Back. A lot of people are pretty excited about this, the big squig. So Brought Back was a double white instant. Choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them back to the battlefield tapped. A lot of people actually tried to abuse this with fetch lands, like double crack fetch and then Brought Back. Didn't really work out for them, but you know what? It's a pretty good insurance plan if your favorite creatures end up getting blown up to pieces to the graveyard. But I'll tell you what you don't have to worry about is mana traders. You can always rely on them to get the cards that you need to build any deck that you need for any format on Magic Online, the digital platform for playing Magic the Gathering. Your favorite paper formats are on Magic Online. You have access to the entire card history of Magic the Gathering when you're renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using coupon code Nikachu_BH2 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to our regularly scheduled programming. We have a super chat actually from Steve Cooper. The Breathkeeper Seraph. What is that? Breathkeeper. Keeper of breaths. Thanks, Angel Wife. All right, the Breathkeeper Seraph is a 6-mana 4/4, flying and Soul Bond. I'm getting the sense after many shows, Steve Cooper, you're a huge fan of Soul Bond. As long as Breathkeeper Seraph is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has, whenever this creature dies, you may return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of your next upkeep. Can't keep a good Seraph down. Oh my god, is this a real card? Continue? Question mark? From the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the question mark matters. I imagine so. 2 mana. I don't have any, like, continue music. Choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield. Unbelievable, yeah. All 4. Got Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. They're coming back. Full life. Thur with the Jackdaw Savior. Jackdaw is a 3-mana 3/1 bird cleric with flying. Whenever Jackdaw Savior or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. A funny looking bird. What is the flavor here when this thing dies? Something smaller. Oh, I guess the thing... It's holding on to something here. I don't get it. It's giving me Rescuers Down Under vibes. Or The Rescuers. Anyone seen that movie before, The Rescuers? I think that's a Disney movie. They just completely abandoned... Is The Rescuers a Disney movie? Rescuers Disney movie? Where did this come from? It is a Disney movie. They completely abandoned this intellectual property. Tresaru, Angel of Indemnity. Some people know what the Rescuers are. All right, I'm not alone here. We have a 6-mana 5/5 Angel Warrior, flying lifelink. When this creature enters, return target permanent card with mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's also got Encore. We're gonna do it again. Exile this card from your graveyard for each opponent. Create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Rescuer Down Under is a Disney movie, yes. And is the much better movie, in my opinion, between the Rescuers and Rescuer Down Under. We got... Banis. I'll just call you Banis. Second Sun. Oh, we already did Second Sunrise. Sorry about that. Inaria with Dauntless Avenger. Dauntless Avenger is a 3-mana 2/1 human peasant. Whenever another creature you control dies, we are going to transform her into a 3/2 human soldier. When she attacks, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. All right, we need more cavalry. Gillam with the Ramosian Revivalist. Is this a Masks block card? The Ramosians. This is a Future Sight card printed like way after Masks block. It's a 2/2. Pay 6, tap, return target rebel permanent card with converted mana cost 5 or less from your graveyard to play. Wow, Lynn Civvy, get back into the ranks. We got Durminator. What does a Darkar Valkyrie count as Reanimator? We'll see in a sec. We'll let you know in a second. This is a 6-mana 4/5 Snow Angel. That sounds very interesting. Flying Vigilance. Tap. When target creature other than a Darkar Valkyrie dies this turn, return that card to the battlefield under your control. I will count it. I will count it. Bolt says Third Sunrise. I don't think that exists. I don't think that exists. Anybody else with no card yet? Leon Corgi with Raise the Past. Raise the Past of 4-mana sorcery. Return all creature cards with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is also a Foundations card. The foundation of this game. Oh, there's some unique art to this thing, too. Raise the Past. From flesh to dust, from dust to flesh. All right, next up, let's take a look at... Anyone else with no card yet? Then Corgi with the Court of Ardenvale. Court of Ardenvale is a 4-mana enchantment. When the Court of Ardenvale enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. If you're the monarch, return that permanent card to the battlefield. Man, I can't remember the lyrics to the Lion King song. It's like something like, "It's so great to be a king." King is important. Sorry. Benjamin Berkey asked, will a card, if it has a white and black hybrid mana? No. The whole point of this show is partially to actually avoid cards that be considered like black Reanimator cards, because that's like the default Reanimator color, you know? We got Corey Nalder with the super chat. Thank you so much, Corey Nalder. Debtor's Knell. Use only white to pay. Just as I was saying, you can't do this type of card, but you super chatted, so the super chatters get to bend the rules a little bit. 7-mana enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Yeah, Cornell breaking the rules here. Oh, just can't wait to... Oh, that's what it is. I just can't wait to be a king. It was Simba who sang that. For some reason, I had Mustafa's image in my head that's completely backwards. Screw the rules, I have money. That is exactly how this show works. It has been for years, and it will continue to do so. The golden rule is whoever has the gold makes the rules. Okay, we got Banas with Buello's Awakening for the standard Omniscience deck. Also, yes, I'm Banas. Okay, Banas Rint. Oh, Banas Rint. Thank you very much. Oh, we did this one. Sorry about that. We've done this one too. Con Man AU, the Coin of Fate. Coin, is it like the Two-Face coin? 2-mana artifact. When this artifact enters, surveil 1. And for 4 mana, tap, exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard, sacrifice this artifact, and opponent chooses one of the exiled cards. You put that card on the bottom of your library and return the other to the battlefield tapped. You become the monarch. What? Hold on, exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard, sack it. Oh, I see. Okay, so you get to choose. It's like a weird factor fiction for factor fiction for creatures in your graveyard. Choose 2 good ones. We did continue. Continue has been done. Titanic Nightmare with Valkyrie's Call. Valkyrie's Call. What's a Valkyrie? It's like an angel or something. 5 mana for an enchantment. Whenever a non-token, non-angel creature you control dies, return the card back to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. It has flying. It is an angel in addition to its other types. Oh, I see. So it dies, come back as an angel, and then if it dies again, it's like dead. Angels, angel gets 1 more continue. They get 1 more respawn, or people get 1 more respawn as an angel. Hollow, Abiding Grace. Valkyries are basically angels in Norse legend. They stole from the Norse. 3 mana enchantment at the beginning of your end step. Choose 1. You gain 1 life. Or return target creature card with mana value 1 or less. Sorry, mana value 1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. No less. No Mem Knights allowed. This is an anti-Mem Knight crowd over here. Z-Man Vader with Dusk and Dawn. Oh, I like this card. I've always thought this is an underrated card, but maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe this is just awkward and clunky. It's because we got Dusk for 4 mana, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, and then you got Dawn. It's an aftermath card you can play from your graveyard. Return all creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, it doesn't reanimate. Sorry. It has to come back to the battlefield. Putting back into your hand doesn't count. It's got to like, that's not reanimation. That's regrowth. We call it the regrowth reanimation. There's no regrowth reanimator out there. Next. We did do Second Sunrise. 1,000,000 times. It's probably the 4th time that it's been requested. What else do we have here? Okay, Z-Man Vader, you got to get another card. Who has not got... Did we do Cleric? Did I do your thing? Cleric class? No, I didn't do it. Okay, Banasir. Sorry, what is this? Is Banas Rint with a white. We have a Cleric class, an enchantment. If you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. But if we pay 4 mana for level 2, whenever you gain life, you get a put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And at level 3 for 5 mana, which is very expensive. We've sunk 5, 9, 10 mana into this thing so far. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain life equal to its toughness. This is very slow, clunky reanimation. How many sunrises are we up to? Probably about 5 at this point. Can we start a counter? We've got... Any more No Mark 2 cards yet? I guess we could just go to start doing no 2... No one's... If everyone's got 1 card, we'll go to no 2 cards yet now, people. Luminous Brood Moth. Oh, the Moth! Someone bring a lamp for this guy. We have a 4 mana 3/4 insect with flying. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. We got Pendama with Recommission. This is a 2 mana sorcery. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature enters the battlefield this way, it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Oh, the Solemnity combo, yeah, with the Broodmoth. Yeah, can't get any counters. Can't get that flying counter. Can die perpetually. that creature's like, please let me die. Okay, Teshar Ancestor's Apostle. This is a 4 mana 2/2 bird cleric flying. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Not quite as strong as that card where you can just put out planes in play, but also actually pretty good. Next up, okay, let's get people with no 2 cards yet. Extraction Specialist. Oh, this card is really good. This was a competitive card, actually. 3 mana 3/2 human rogue with lifelink. When Extraction Specialist enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. The creature can't attack or block for as long as you control Extraction Specialist, but it's very good for bringing like combo creatures back onto the battlefield, where you don't even need to like attack with them. You just need them to be there. You just need to be there. You got to be present. Mercenary with False Defeat. False Defeat is a 4 mana sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. How many of these 4 mana Reanimator cards did they make back then? And I'm also curious. Oh no, Animate Dead existed at the same time as these reanimation cards. So both white and black have been reanimating since like alpha. About 3? Well, about 3 so far, Con Man. Only 3. At least 3. So that's what we can all gather. Okay, we have Vec with Steli Reclaimer. Reclaiming what is ours. 5 mana 5/4 Angel Warrior. Flying. When this creature enters, return target non-creature, non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this creature. Also warp for 3 mana. Secret Shop cards. Another 4 mana card. Breath of Life. Did we look at this one though? No, we saw this one. It's not another one. So this is like this was like the second one that we saw. the breath of life. Not even breathing in this image. Actually, mouth actually closed. Well, okay, maybe could be breathing through the nose, I suppose. To be fair, in the lore, white mana converts into black mana when plains become swamps. This process is what creates mana. Interesting. So what we're all like filtering mana through like swamps or something? The dark side. It's all dark arts magic. The big squid with gift of immortality. Did we do gift of immortality? Oh no, we didn't. This is a 3-mana aura, enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Return this card to the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. We got Kano with one last job. No, I think we did that one. Leonardo's technique is what we didn't do. One last job sounds too familiar. 4-mana sorcery. Sneak for 2 mana. Return 1 or 2 target creature cards, each with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't remember Leonardo bringing anyone back from the dead. Does anyone remember that? Does anyone remember that in the cartoons? Does that happen in the comic books or something? Can't even bring back... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe... Okay, maybe in the video game they do that. No. They don't bring anyone back from the... They don't bring anyone back from the dead. But, okay, in the video game, you can find, like, turtles that, like, died. And then they become part of your party again. So, I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. Turtle power. I don't have an explanation for anything. Neither me. Leonardo, famous necromancer. Look at his face. Look at that face. That's not the face of someone normal over there. It's from the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game. I suppose so. Yeah, in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, you can find, like, your fallen friends. But it's like they were captured. They didn't die. But whatever, I guess it's still in the same thing. Felicia with Phoenix down. Oops, where am I going? What am I doing here? Okay, Phoenix down. That brought people back to life. We have a white artifact for 2 mana. Tap, exile this artifact. Choose 1. Return target creature card with mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tap. That's funny because I don't think all the Final Fantasy characters are mana value 4 or less. Exile target skeleton, spirit, or a zombie. Let's look up Cloud. Cloud. Look, can't even bring Cloud back with a Phoenix down. What a flavor fail. Cloud is 5 mana. This can only bring back mana value 4 or less. What kind of Phoenix down is this? Which Phoenix down doesn't exile itself when used? Well, do you get more Phoenix downs in the actual game? I don't think so. Oh boy, with Scout for Survivors. What's the point of a Phoenix down? I can't bring my own party back. Yeah, RIP Cloud. Cloud is gone for good. Okay, Scout for Survivors is a 3-mana sorcery. Return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of them. That's a lot of cards. That's big card advantage. Did we do Proclamation of Rebirth? Phoenix down is deep lore when you can throw Phoenix down or potions to undead enemies to deal damage. That is deep lore. Proclamation of Rebirth. Oh, we did not do this one. 3-mana sorcery. Return up to 3 target creature cards with converted mana cost 1 or less from your graveyard to play. It's got 4 cast for 6 mana. Just reveal it from your hand. Return target creature card with converted mana cost 1 or less from your graveyard to play. You know, I sort of want Forecast to come back, but that might be like a really slippery slope. It'd be super dangerous. There's a 2-mana Cloud. I should be able to reanimate all the clouds. Every cloud. I think they screwed up the potion. Or sorry, the Phoenix down. Next we've got... Conman wants Death or Glory. Death or Glory? Oh, we did that one. Sorry about that. What have we not done? Renoa. Beautiful name for an angel. The Angel Wing. This is a 3-mana 2/4 human rebel warlock. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control with flying get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Whenever one or more attacking creatures you control die, you may return one of them to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. Do this only once each turn. Don't be greedy. Don't be getting too greedy with these angel creatures. Next up, who do we have? Cornalder, the Season of the Burrow. Is it a mouse card? Sort of. This is a 5-mana sorcery. Choose up to 5 paw worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. One paw. You get a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Oh, it's a rabbit card. You get 2 paws. For 2 paws, we can exile target non-land permanent. Its controller draws a card. But for 3 paws, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it. Building that nest to survive anything. The Season of Bunnies. That's right. It's bunny season. I hope that Angel is not one-winged. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that like the one that was the one wing that Sephiroth lost or something? But this is actually from a completely different game. This is Final Fantasy VIII, not 7. What happened to Sephiroth's other wing? Is that explained or anything? Or was he still in the process of making the second one? He didn't absorb enough Mako from the planet. I really roughly understand what the plot is for Final Fantasy VII, even though I've never played the game. Olga, Yuna, Hope of Spira. Yuna Hope of Spira is a 5-mana 3/5 human cleric. Oh, this is a dinosaur person. During your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have trample, lifelink, and ward 2. Is that a dinosaur or is it like an Eldrazi? It's a little spaghetti-like. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Oh, disqualified. Does not bring back creatures. Some enchantments are creatures, but not all of them. It has to guarantee to be at least a creature. He lost the wing in Nam. Sephiroth only grew 1 big wing. He had several wings. He just replayed 7. What the hell? It's a bird? Weirdest bird ever. This is like an early AI generated bird. You know, when AI would just make everything look really bizarre and messy. I've never seen this thing bring anything that wasn't a creature, though. Oh, whatever. It's getting late in the show. But seriously, give me another card, Olga. Isn't this intended to bring back saga creatures from the Final Fantasy set? Ah, I see. So, when this card... in, the pre-cons that this thing probably comes out in, the only thing you can bring back are probably the saga creatures. We did Death or Glory! Death or Glory is going to become the next Second Sunrise. Rin with Surprise Witness. Surprise! Reanimate only in gameplay. In lore, the creature's still dead. This is a 2-mana sorcery. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a flying counter on it. It's a spirit in addition to its other types. Jeff hasn't got a card. You watched the movie Final Fantasy VII? No, I have not. I heard there isn't a movie about the original story. There's a sequel to the story. Done. I don't feel like watching the sequel to a story I don't fully understand in the first place. I might miss a lot of the plot. Dawn Evangel is a 3-mana 2/3 human cleric. Whenever a creature dies, if an aura you controlled was attached to it, return that creature card from with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is really hard to use. It's okay, you can only reanimate cards with an aura on it. Try to put an aura on a creature. Oh, I'm going to kill it in response. It doesn't come back. Next. Yuna doesn't count because she's multicolored. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, this is not mono white. Mono white identity today. Who has not got a second card? It's what I get for waking up late. That's right. You got to be up early. The crack of dawn. Okay, we got J-Gra with the Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom reanimates? Oh, maybe. Yeah, this is like the heal. This is like, I don't know, this is like the Angel Venom. 5 mana for a 5/5. When it enters, if he was cast, which I hope we do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If damage would be dealt to Anti-Venom, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him. What the hell is this? Now, I'm familiar with the card, but now that I'm thinking about it, this is like, is this a good guy? Or is this a bad guy? It's Venom. But sort of on the positive side. Pistol Shrimp is here. Congratulations, Pistol Shrimp. You catch a stream. It's like, get the most you can out of it. It's like 3.5 minutes left. Rakdos, Dimensional Breach. Does it count if it's the same? If the same card remove them? Let's see. 7 mana, sorcery. Remove all permanents from the game for as long as those cards remain removed from the game. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player returns one of the removed cards they own to play. It's more of an exiling card. It's gotta like the card itself needs to be bringing the cards back into play. Cavalier of Dawn. Has this been? This has not been chosen. Look at that, Pistol Shrimp. There's so many people here that are like, they come late and they're naming card after card after card after card that we've done already, and you just show up in one shot, an unused card. Okay, this is a 5 mana 4/6 Elemental Knight, Vigilance. When Cavalier of Dawn enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token. But when Cavalier of Dawn dies, return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to from your hand. Does not actually reanimate. It's got to reanimate, Pistol Shrimp. It brought back the hand, not good enough. It's close. Yeah, not reanimation. If we have Anti-Venom, do we have Anti-Spider-Man? That's the real question, isn't it? Do we have an Anti-Spider-Man in the house? It sounds like it's from an alternate dimension anyway. With infinite dimensions, there should be at least one one Anti-Spider-Man. There's probably a universe where Spider-Man is the villain and Venom is the hero. If you have an infinite number of universes, it's got to happen. We have 76 mag with Kismet. Did not spell that right. Kismet, a 4-mana enchantment. Artifact creatures and lands played by your opponents enter the battlefield tapped. That does not count. That is not reanimation. That is an interesting tax card that I've never heard of, though. Never heard of that one. I mean, Superior Spider-Man is Doc Ock. Huh? give me pictures of Anti-Spider-Man. Or at least in that case, pictures of Anti-Venom. If Venom is the hero there. There is a Venom card that has the hero type. There's a lot of villains that become the hero. We have Man Spider, so kind of. What the hell? It's backwards. Jeff with Dewdrop Cure. That sounds like a reanimation card. Dewdrop Cure is a 3-mana sorcery. Gift a card. Return up to 2 target creature cards, each with mana value 2 or less, from your graveyard to the battlefield. If the gift was promised, instead return up to 3 target creature cards, each with mana value 2 or less, from your graveyard to the battlefield. A lot of nutrients in that dew. That's good dew, not doo-doo. We did Bruna. Bruna's been done. Okay, come on, Olga. Olga, give me something. I'll give you one more shot. We'll go to nondescript cat with Celestine the Living Saint. Celestine the Living Saint is a 5-mana 3/4 human warrior, flying lifelink, healing tears. At the beginning of your end step, return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. The more life you gain, the more creatures that will give your opponent pain. We have a super chat in the house to extend the show from Steve Cooper. White non-creature Reanimator cards next. White. Oh, well, but it would copy a huge chunk of this show. But maybe not. How many cards out there reanimate non-creatures? Well, I can put that. Okay, we'll try it out. We'll try it out one day. White Reanimator cards that aren't creatures or something like that. Okay, I'll put it in. Hopefully there's not like a huge chunk of overlap between this show and that show. Okay, that was a donation. Yeah, we done brought back. We did Coin of Fate. I remember that one. I thought it was like a two-face coin, but it wasn't a Batman crossover. We got a bunch disqualified today. No, we did get a bunch disqualified. That is true. Or more interesting, Reanimator that's not black and white. Good God, that must get super narrow. Is there anything? There might. There'd be so few. Okay, I guess we're gonna give the super chat to Corbinek, Leonardo, Sewer Samurai. What is with Leonardo and the reanimation? It's a 4-mana 3/3. What is with the Sewer Samurai? He wasn't even in the sewer in the third movie. There were no sewers back then. Sneak for 4 mana, double strike. During your turn, you may cast creature spells with power or toughness 1 or less from your graveyard. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters with a finality counter on it. There's blue Reanimator. Green has Reanimators. Okay, I guess we'll do another show one day. It's like reanimation, but not white or... Is there enough? I guess if they reanimate anything in play, we'll count it. I'm paranoid that there just isn't going to be enough cards. Okay, hold on. I'll put like even deeper into the future. Somewhere in May, we'll have reanimation non-white / black reanimator cards. That's going to be a weird show. I don't think there would be, but can check. Probably has artifact. Oh yeah, artifact reanimation would count. Just make it bringing back cards instead of reanimation. I suppose so. Olga, you got something for me? Okay, hold on. 76 wants to get on here. False defeat. False defeat. Oh, we did this one. Probably. 4 mana, return a creature card from the graveyard. Yeah, we did this one. Did Olga try again? Or is Olga done? Well, if Olga's done, then I'm done. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoy your day. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope that was a great start to your morning. Of course, we do these shows Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. For everyone watching live, we will have an evening show today. And also on the following week on Monday and Tuesday, we'll also have 2 shows. And then there'll be no shows for like 2.5 weeks. But I will be back eventually, I promise. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much, my coffee crew, for being here today. People like Christopher B, Mercenary, Bolt, we got Mappius, The Big Squig, Nondescript, Cat, Mitawishance, Old Boy for Ginka, Jeff, Hexanort, I think I got Benny's, We Ractus, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.